Welcome back to a new episode of the Greediest Man Alive. Today with Terran, we're experimenting with the command center before the depot, also known as the 14cc. This is a build that I haven't seen yet in competitive play ever, but after the success I've been having with the 14 Nexus, the Nexus before the pylon, I've been playing it a bit on the ladder in PvP, I believe it has some potential in PvZ as well. I wanted to try to see how far I could go with Terran by getting a CC before any other structures. So here we go. Alright, and here we go in a TVT with the 14 command center. You know, I just love the concept of getting a base before getting your first depot, before getting your first supply structure altogether. Like, this works out really well. It worked out well with Protoss, with the 14 Nexus, and I'm sure it's going to be fantastic as well in with Terran, and specifically in the Terran versus Terran matchup. So how much am I going to be delayed here with my barracks? So we're going to figure out in a millisecond once I check that. Just going to get my gas as well. I want to open up with a reactor first, actually, to kind of catch up in unit production. So this is the standard timing. We're going to be about 30 seconds later with our initial barracks than you usually are. However, actually, I think my CC is going to finish way before my barracks. Oh, that's not entirely brilliant, is it? Because you really want double orbitals. That is one of the main reasons why you're playing this particular build order, usually at least. Because that's a freaking huge deal. That really is a huge deal. Okay, we're gonna get one quick worker. We don't actually have enough gas to immediately start our reactor either. I think that's because I delayed my gas for no real reason, except me not being a great player. And now we can start this orbital command as well. A reactor is going to allow me to build a lot of Reapers at a pretty high pace, or at least I hope it's going to allow me to build a lot of Reapers at a very high pace, because if it doesn't, then I'd probably be dead against the first Reaper. If he moves across the map with the first Reaper, that is, I think I'm honestly fairly dead. I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about it. Now, true greed is taking your third CC before building any units. So that's what we're going to be doing as well. Even if I lose a lot of workers in my natural, which I think is going to be inevitable at some point, I just hope that my mules can pretty much carry me through. So first two Reapers here are going to finish up soon. I could get a bunker, but I could also completely ignore any type of safety and instead just get a second barracks. So I can, you know, increase my unit production a little bit. We'll open up with Reaper, and eventually, I think I'll just go into Marines behind this. I think it might be best. Okay, well, this is not entirely what I wanted. This is pretty far, actually, from what I wanted. Okay, we're gonna get Marine from here, then. Okay, so we get the kill on that thing. We lost some workers, but really not the end of the world. It's also a double Reaper plus Hellion opener that makes it unlikely that there's kind of going to be a follow-up here. It's actually fairly unlikely that there's going to be a follow-up. We'll take a second gas as well as a second eBay. So really embracing the, you know, just getting as much money and as many upgrades as greedily as possible. I'm starting to wonder if maybe getting a bunker would not have necessarily been a bad plan. Just because technically I could have a bunker with 2 Marines in it in time on my low ground, and then I followed it up with 2 Reapers. Something that I could definitely consider for the future, but of course it's now too late. My opponent jumps into my main base. He's gonna see the fact that I have triple CCs. Yeah, kill all my workers. I think trading SCVs at this point for me, for units, is almost always going to be a good trade for me, because I have plenty of cash. I have the ability to reproduce workers at a very, very high pace. Don't forget this. I have 3 CCs, which there's absolutely no way my opponent has 3 CCs at this point. So losing workers, I much rather lose workers than lose a Marine, for example. I think that's 100% going to be the case here. Now, once again, just going to drop another Mew. I kind of want to go across the map with these Reapers. And although I am a solid hater when it comes to getting bunkers, I think getting a bunker might actually be a good call here. Oh, there's a tank on this high ground, which is fairly frustrating. But at the same time, do I actually care about this? What's he really targeting here? I guess he's targeting my ramp. Okay, these guys go in towards the main. Let's see if I can get anything done here. Is he really? I don't really care so much about losing this, but I can still try to repair it, of course, even if I don't care. No, 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 no. Stay on the low ground. Stay on the low ground, my friends. Oh, no, I lost this because I was busy microing like some idiot. Only idiots micro, of course. Okay, here we go. Yes, 2 tanks? That is a little bit off. 3 tanks! What? Oh, this is way more all-in than I really thought it was. Isn't it? Hey, as long as there's no tank on the high ground, I don't think I'm super worried about any of this. I now have officially finished my... he's gonna get another tank up here, isn't he? I've officially finished my 1-1 upgrade, so that's, you know, real nice for me. If I could use it specifically, that would be real nice for me. Oh, there comes a tank. And I wish I had a combat shield as well, honest to God. Just gonna go and try to kill our opponent here, or at least make life fairly difficult for my valued opponent. Okay, well, kill a lot of stuff. I want to repair this thing, that's for sure. Just gonna go up here. Let's make sure that he can't drop here. That's good. That's good as well. And I think we might have accidentally survived. Does my opponent have a third base? Well, at least temporarily survived. Don't want to get splashed upon. Don't want to get splashed upon. Don't forget. We have really solid production. Because we have an infinite amount of barracks. I think we have 7 barracks. And we have 1-1 upgrades as well. Which is actually going to be huge in these little engagements. I don't want to lose my mules though. That is actually somewhat important for me as well. I need more gas mining. So I'm gonna just establish that right now. Hello? Did I say that I could do that? No, I didn't. Okay, combat shield's about to finish up. So here we go. Combat shield has finished. Just want to split these up, these guys. He's just continuing to attack me, which makes a lot of sense. Because he feels like he might be behind. What is this? What we're playing against? This is unbelievable. Okay. I want a starport as well as a reactor here. And what we're going to do right now is, well, I'm going to stim in and kill my opponent. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. That's definitely what I'm going to do here. Come on, take this out. Die. I can clear this maybe. If I can clear these two, then eventually this thing is going to get taken out as well. Okay, well, he's pissing off right now. This is an absolutely wild all-in. I want an armory. I already have better upgrades. And I have pretty decent eco. I wonder if there's a third base yet for my opponent. I still believe that's the answer. That's going to be no. This feels like a relatively dedicated all-in here coming right at me. Straight from the underground. Oh God. Need some more presence on the map with these marines. I probably want to set up my third base at some point too. I'm still only at 58 supply, despite legitimately playing the greediest opener that I could think of. So this is not entirely brilliant. I don't even have money right now for extra reactors or for tech labs. This is just a hugely uncomfortable position that I find myself in. 69 out of 69 supply. That's nice at least, but gonna need a couple more depots in order to help this. Okay, well, we can start the 2-2 upgrades, which is also actually very nice. I have plenty of gas. Or at least I'm gonna have plenty of gas soon to truly get that going. I want to just check if there's a third base somewhere around. If there's a third base, I think I'm actually in a world of trouble. Like, actually in a world of trouble. Because I do have a third base, but I'm not really mining from it. 2 of my bases are being severely outmined as well, which is not really going to end up, you know, helping me out. Oh, so I need to move this back just a tiny tad. Okay, we see barracks was floating over there. I think there's a base here, isn't there? Wait, there's not? What? Wait, there's no base here. Okay, wait, then we need to kind of, maybe it's over here. Okay, there's a base over here. Well, that does kind of, I'm not sure if that changes things, but that at least makes things a little bit more clear. Come on, boys! Kill this stuff. Hello? Oh, there's another tank there that I didn't quite see. This wasn't world's most brilliant move. Hey, this is pretty far from being world's most brilliant move. No, I'll admit to that immediately. This is a lot of things. Definitely not world's most brilliant move. I want to boost this one away. Boost me away. What are you covering, buddy? Not a whole lot. Kind of want to just drop into my opponent's main base again. Always feels like that has some real potential. I'm just going to build a lot of CCs around the map, because if there's one thing that I like, it's going to be money. Yeah, this is insane. Just gonna go kind of behind this. Well, not kind of, just completely behind this. That's unfortunate. Oh, mines are actually gonna end up killing me. We tried our best, but sometimes in life your best isn't good enough. Supply was surprisingly even. He was only on 49 workers. Are you mad? What? If I would have not flown in with these medevacs, I would have just been up, wouldn't I have been? I would have had better upgrades. The only problem is my complete lack of tanks, but... And I'm slightly safer in the early game against whatever the heck it was my opponent was doing. I feel like this build might have some actual potential. So we'll try it again, hopefully get a different matchup, but you can never be sure, of course. Alright, next opponent here is going to be a Protoss player. The beauty of Protoss players is that I know a lot about the build order, so I understand when timings are going to be hitting. I understand when things are going to be going down. As we have a little bit of money flotation. I think I built my initial depot a bit too slow. Of course, we have the CC already going down on the low ground over here. We got this thing immediately. This actually kind of sucks because I'll need to send a bunch of workers down now to make sure that I don't completely lose too much building time on here. That should be fine. I'll probably send one more down here just in case. Just want to make sure that nothing weird ends up happening here. Okay, yeah. There we go. We're chasing this bad boy. Don't forget, I still have a 5 HP worker here in my main as well. Always got to be careful that the probe doesn't come in for some type of drive-by move and tries to take you out. But so far seems to be going just fine. I hope I'm not being proxy gated. Well, no, I'm not even sure how bad that really would be for me. It feels like it wouldn't be brilliant, which, yeah. I actually don't think it would be very brilliant at all. We're going to start with double orbitals, and I think a very fast factory would just be tight to have here. And the way that I want to build this factory is obviously going to be right in the wall area. It's not really going to be a full wall, but it's going to be pretty close to a wall. We just get another marine out here, so I want to get, I think, maybe 3 marines, then go into a reactor, and from there on out, hopefully the factory is going to be capable of saving us. Do need to be careful though. I'm actually somewhat afraid here. I really am somewhat afraid. Maybe I should have just full walled in the natural. What are they gonna do if I full wall in the natural, actually? That actually sounds really good. I guess they could from a distance shoot, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't sound so bad though. It really doesn't sound so bad. I'm now starting to consider getting a third CC as well over here. That seems to be the only... Wait, there's not a wall? Wait, what? Well, this is embarrassing. This is the least smooth thing I've done, I think, in my entire life. It's a little bit disappointing, just a little bit. We're gonna use this thing for... What is this? Wow, oh my god. Life sucks. Life freaking sucks. Funnily enough, this Hellion is only 12 seconds later than it usually would be. So there's a really small difference. Now, I do have way less Marines, but I also have, in my mind, significantly better eco. I'm going to get a bunker over here. I'm not sure if it's necessary, but I'm going to build it anyway, because that is how we do it. A second gas as well, and I'll open up with a tank. I think a tank is a good call. I think my opponent is just going to be fairly confused all around. It's pretty important for me that I keep this Hellion alive, because I really want to scout. I want to know what's going on. I really want to know what's going on, actually. So, yeah, we're just got to make sure to keep things alive. It's the most important thing for me. The bunker, of course, is pretty low testosterone. I'm going to admit to that immediately, but I think it will have some uses. Because my opponent doesn't quite have a third base yet, so I'm really afraid of dying, to be honest, right now. That's my main worry. We still don't see a third base. Nope, no third base yet. This actually is very scary right now. We see a robotics facility. Is that a... I can't see it. Wait, what? Oh, no. What? No, this is real bad for my opponent. Wait, why didn't he send any of these phoenixes across the map quite yet? Am I the idiot here? I don't think I am. I think my opponent here might be the idiot. Because this is really bad for my opponent. I'm just gonna go into this gas. Make sure to have some marines in the main as well. I mean, I'm technically ready already to, you know, go take my next base, I guess. Fly over my third. It's done. Like, there's nothing that can stop that anymore. I'm just gonna add a couple more tanks. I also think I'm gonna have quite a powerful timing if I would have wanted. I'm pretty much forgetting right now just the fact that I don't have a starport yet. It's not entirely brilliant, but still I think this is going to be good enough. And my opponent can't really do anything except maybe lift a couple of marines. Is that really so bad for me? I don't think so. What MMR is this dude? Endless. Never heard of Endless before. I'm almost... No, not almost. I'm just going to sell this bunker. I was going to say I'm almost tempted to sell this bunker, but not almost tempted. I'm just very tempted. Tempted enough that I'm going to act on it. And then we're going to set up an absolutely massive timing with a bunch of tanks. We're going to... Look at this. You see that? This is the... what's it called? The observers over there, so I do want to kill that. Because one of the things that Protoss really lacks when playing a build order like the current one, the Phoenix Colossus build, is going to be robo time. So Protoss really struggles with robotics facility time with this particular builder. So if you take out an observer, it's going to be super hard for the Protoss player to actually rebuild that observer. Is it still here? Yep, it is. That thing goes down. We have... Yes, so many freaking dudes. I'm just going to... Well, gonna get the reactor tech lab here. See if we can get this. Get a fourth base. Maybe just start pushing out already? I mean, I just don't really see how he's going to win this game. Bring maybe a couple of these SCVs. Like, my eco is freaking bonkers. I'm not even memeing. Like, I have crazy good eco with this. Feels like I didn't really expose myself to too many risks either. And now we're just going to set up shop over here, I guess. Oh, whoa, 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 that's one. That is two phoenixes that went down there, basically for free. Just gonna slowly but surely crawl forward. And now the question is, what is my opponent gonna do about that? I don't think there really is a good answer for that, because I mean, I've set up. What are you gonna do about that? There's nothing you can do. At least I don't think so. Just gonna slowly but surely move. Well, this is not so slowly after all. It is surely though. It's funny how I always end up in these situations where I have my opponent contained and I'm building turrets on the other side of the map, even when it's not quite what I had intended to do at all. This bunker is in range. That's bad. These two tanks should probably be moving forward just a tiny tad. So I think right now, because my opponent is stuck over here... Oh my god. Probably should be moving into this general area. Wouldn't be a luxury, perhaps. I want to move my tanks a little bit further in that direction as well. My fourth base is done. We can start a fifth immediately. And also just, in my opinion, just add 3 more barracks. Like, yes, we're very dedicated to this push, but at the same time, my opponent doesn't have a fourth base yet. I'm going to be up, well, a bunch of bases. 2 bases, which is always going to be good. I'm just gonna get ship weapons as well. I can start building... Oh, hold that thought. Just targeting down these Colossus for now. Or at least trying to target those down. I'm not sure how well that's working. Yes. Well, actually, these Colossus just can't move forward. So every single zealot is going to end up dying. And I think we just get a big fat win over here. We still have this setup pretty much complete. Our 5th base is over halfway done right now. And at this point, I think cheeky little drop in towards the main base is going to be absolutely fine. Oh, because there's no Phoenixes left, at least not that I'm aware of. He's going to try and push in here. Yeah, he is trying to push in. That could have ended a little bit worse for me, perhaps. It's going to be the Colossus, but it's just 2 Colossus by themselves naked. Nothing to help out. This run by is not going to work. Don't forget, I already have 4 bases as well. GG! Very solid stuff. And just look at the eco. Let's say 5 minutes in. So 5 minutes in, I have 36 workers. That's actually not that great yet. 38 to 44. Okay, it's pretty decent. And then from here on out, I just get further and further ahead. I have solid eco. I'm pretty safe. I was kind of hoping I was playing against a Blink build. I think that would be the best case scenario for me. Our supply is okay-ish. I wonder how this compares with just an actual greedy triple CC opener without a factory. It seems fairly similar supply-wise. So I did have a lot of minerals left over in this push. Yeah, it's worked out beautifully here for me. Nice! So this is a solid win. Just kind of getting that early game lead and leveraging into a win with a mid-game push and taking it from there. Boom! Ooh, wait, we get 39 points for this? Why is that? That makes no sense. Maybe he was playing unranked or something? Why'd I get so many points? Well, I don't mind it, but points are points, I guess. Maybe because it's the first game of the season or something, and my MMR is still establishing. But yeah, high in the MMR. Let's continue the streak that we're on. Wait, of 1 game. Yeah. All right, we got another Terran player, but I'm going to do things a little bit different this time. So I'm going to proxy my CC first over here. This is actually kind of the perfect map for it, because I can single wall this ramp with just a barrack. So I'll get a depot up here, and now if my opponent is to scout me, I believe that this looks sufficiently perhaps like a proxy Rex, like a single proxy Rex Reaper, you know? This is a build order. I can go into 2 gas from here on out as well, and just play it with an insanely fast natural, and my opponent will just be fairly confused. Look at this. I think he's going to think that I have a proxy Rex somewhere else, except the gas doesn't make sense. Why is this scout so fast? What is that? Who scouts at this timing? That's all I want to know. Okay, we're gonna get a second gas here. So we have this. That's not really a fool. I hope I don't. If he goes over here with the SCV, I'll just leave the game, honestly. Like, there's no point. If he figures it out immediately, then what am I doing? I think he knows that something is proxied. But right now, he's just going through the options in the head, you know? It's like, And the proxy CC is not one that's common. You know, the proxy CC is definitely not one that's very common at all. Like, that's probably the last thing my opponent here is thinking about, actually. Proxy CC, that's not a real build. Who would do that? Alright, gonna play double mules here. We have a little bit too much gas, actually. I think we might have mined it too quickly, which is pathetic to think about. Wait, did I never... I never started my Reaper. I thought I started my Reaper. Well, this is going to potentially complicate things if my opponent decides to move out with literally anything. Oh, I hope my mind game worked out here, because if not, I'm in so much trouble. I forgot to start a Reaper. That's why the entire build felt so bad. If I just had started that Reaper, the build would have felt like, smooth as soap. Soap is relatively smooth. It's, slippery as an eel. That's how this build would have felt, but in a positive way. Just gonna say this doesn't feel very good at all. We're gonna build a depot maybe over here, I guess. Yeah, for now. And then just go straight into attack lab. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling my position currently, if I'm gonna be real honest with you all. Let's build a starport in the wall, maybe. I know this is not really how it's supposed to be. I think I just messed it up a bit. Because I wanted to start... Well, I can get a Hellion now, maybe. And then one more Reaper. I have one Hellion, a Reaper, and then I'll go into whatever I want. I'm just gonna build the CC on the low ground. This is bait, though. You know, it's pretty obvious bait, perhaps. But it might work. Even obvious bait can work sometimes. It's like he'll see this with whatever he's doing. It's like, that's weird. This guy's a moron. It's such a late base. He starts getting afraid of like proxy battle cruiser or something. You're building 3 turrets in the main base. Meanwhile, I'm on triple CC. So the time of my life, popping out ravens left, right, and center. Yada yada yada, my friend. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Exactly. This is exactly how we do it. This is my opponent's so confused right now. It don't make no sense. That's what he's saying. Don't make no sense at all. That's what he's saying. Just get 2 more barracks as well. So I do need more gases too. Let's face reality here. Also definitely going to need some freaking. Well, some freaking what? Some tanks is what I need, my lads. I need some tanks. I need a tank. We can build a tank if you want to. You can leave your marines behind. Because if your tanks don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no tanks of mine. There's 2 more barracks as well. We have a lot of cash in the bank. That much is obvious to me. We actually have a lot of cash in the bank. So this will work. We're just lacking in gas a tiny tad for now. I just need some type of map vision. That's the thing that worries me the most. Okay, this is he really thinks I'm an idiot. I can feel it. Like, I can feel that he thinks I'm an idiot. He's like, oh, he's so far behind. Surely something big is about to happen at some point. That's what he's thinking. Did I get that in time? No, I didn't quite. So he's sieging up from a distance, actually, here. Okay, clear this bad boy. That didn't go very... That wasn't very successful. Okay, that was not very successful at all, but we're still around, which is something, I guess. Get 2 of these going. I wonder if I need to sacrifice my life for ire here, or what the actual plan is going to be. Okay, still siege up. And don't forget, I still have this natural base as well. My opponent still thinks I'm a complete moron. That's the only thing I'm very confident in right now. Okay, it's moving forward. How many tanks do you have? I don't think that's enough, is it? Oh, I want to just move these back, perhaps. Lost 1 of them. I feel like I keep getting all-in every single time I play these greedy builds. Almost as if these Terran players have a clue as to what they're doing. Interesting scan. I was really afraid of him moving out again, okay? I was just real afraid of that. I think if we would have had 2 tanks against that first push, my life honestly wouldn't have looked that bad. I think it would have been... well, I'm not sure if I can say playable, but... I almost want to say playable, yeah. Oh, we're moving out again, or what? Oh, he's just going in the main base? No, but this with half an army. Okay, now he finds me here. Deal. It's kind of nasty, honestly. That was kind of nasty indeed. These things I do want to kill. There's no 3rd base yet. There's actually no 3rd base at all here. But the problem is, I don't have any upgrades for my marines. Like, no stim, no nothing. Which is gonna super suck. That's actually gonna super suck, isn't it? Hello, how about we go over here rather than into some random area of the map? Can I just catch this as well? I think I can, actually. Looks like it has some serious potential. Die, die, die! Thank you, good sir. Okay, we're gonna get stim on this. Need to drop some more of these. And then we get +2 on both upgrades. I mean, we have good eco. This is the one thing that can't be denied. The problem is, well, really just everything else. We can get a 4th base as well. I always like that no matter how good my eco is, I just always add more anyways. Like, my eco is good right now, but technically it could be better. And it's not incorrect, so... Just gonna stick with that logic for now. I have a random cyclone here. It's going to be patrolling this area. Let's build a turret up here too. this thing. I want to mine the area between these two bases. That seems intense to do. In a good way intense, if that's the thing. Just have some tank production overall. I'm not so sure what I want to see if he's playing mech or... Is this a third base or a fourth base? It feels like a fourth base position. But it feels like a third base. Like he didn't have a third before. Seems real quick for a fourth if you just, you know, maybe never stop building bases. It's completely possible. Okay, we have these two bad boys. I don't think my opponent has any ravens remaining. I'm actually pretty sure my opponent has no ravens remaining. Which would be freaking huge for me. I'm just also constantly supply blocked, by the way, which is a great experience to have as a professional gamer. Wait, there's nothing here, is there? Okay, that actually was the third base. Unless there's a base in this area. Which is technically possible. There's no base there. This is two base. This is absolutely two base right now. That is absolutely two base. On a planetary over here. Where are you? Hello? Where'd you go? I miss you so. I'm up two bases. Please don't kill me now. Oh, what in the world? That feels very, very scary right now. Because if I lose the setup over here, that could be real bad. Does he have better upgrades than I do? I don't think so. Seems fairly similar, actually. So are we actually just gonna completely mine the other side now? I think that might be a mistake as well. I have 2-2 upgrades. I can afford 3-3, which is important. These guys can go back to mining.
Research complete.
Was that actually loaded up? No shot, right? No way he had units in there. No way you had units in there, Chief. I know what you're doing.
Now what?
Just the slowest load up in the world. Maybe I can hold? Harstem holds, Harstem holds, Harstem holds. Yeah, Harstem holds. He's fairly low here on stuff though, isn't he? Just gonna move on into this area. And I'll stim in over here as well at the same time. I don't think he'll have anything in position really to deal with me. Ship out right. So this is going to be the win. You see he's moving back home. Oh my god. Oh, he has a lot of crap. He has a lot of crap actually. I need a freaking scan as well. I have 2-2 upgrades. My opponent definitely doesn't have that. Shoot, wait. Why are there just random units running back home? I guess I won that fight. I thought I'd lost the fight, so I stopped looking already. That was maybe a mistake. I wonder if I can just kill this. I think I can. I have much better army. And much better upgrades. Look at this. This is an absolute destruction. Yappa! GG. Well, no GG, but Bill Gates does it again. As we reach new MMR heights. We get 26, yeah. I think my MMR is still stabilizing. We get 5.7k MMR here against the Protosaur. Nice. I'm actually, before the next time I play the Greediest Man Alive, I'm going to actually do some proper research into the 14cc and the 14 Nexus and just have a look to see where the actual benefits and where the disadvantages lay. I feel like economically, both of them are stronger than regular one gas plays, and there's only very minimal delay on the follow-up tech. There's delay on the initial units, but almost no delay on the follow-up tech. So I'm not sure how good this is, how powerful this is, but in TVP it feels like this should be useful, and I think the Protoss 14 Nexus in PvZ and PvP has some real potential as well. So I'm going to continue doing my own research here, and I'll keep you all in the loop. So the 14cc took 2 victims today, and we managed to reach 5.7k MMR. That'll be it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Adios.